There are moments in a city's history where you can almost feel the air change, where something that's been around longer than most people living here suddenly disappears, leaving behind an empty space where memories used to exist. In July 2024, Las Vegas had one of those moments. The Mirage, once the crown jewel of the Strip, shut its doors. No farewell show, no grand send-off, no celebration of an icon, just a cold corporate announcement, the lights going out, and silence. After 34 years of shaping the identity of Las Vegas, the Mirage was erased. If you're not from Vegas, you might wonder why people cared so much. It was just a hotel, right? But here's the truth. The Mirage wasn't a hotel. It was the hotel, the one that defined the modern Strip. Before the Mirage, Vegas was cheap, dusty, and fading. After it opened in 1989, everything changed. Steve Wynn built it using $565 million in junk bonds, the largest privately funded resort in history at the time. It was the first mega resort, the one that set the standard. It introduced the volcano show, Siegfried and Roy's White Tigers, the massive tropical atrium, all of it revolutionary. The Mirage was the moment Vegas stopped being about gambling and started being about fantasy. Without the Mirage, there would be no Bellagio, no Venetian, no Wynn. This resort didn't just change the skyline, it changed the entire business model of Las Vegas. But in 2024, none of that history mattered. Ownership had changed, strategies had changed, and Vegas itself had changed into something colder, more corporate, more disposable. When Hard Rock International purchased the Mirage from MGM for $1.08 billion, it wasn't to preserve an icon, it was to replace it. They announced plans to demolish the volcano, arguably the most famous free attraction in Vegas, and build a massive guitar-shaped hotel tower. The Mirage wasn't financially failing, it wasn't outdated, it didn't need saving. Hard Rock simply wanted the land, the footprint, and the location. It was a business transaction, and nostalgia is not a line item in a quarterly earnings report. Inside, the Mirage kept running, but rumors were constant. Staff didn't know if they were going to keep their jobs. Guests noticed cutbacks, restaurants closed earlier, promotions quietly disappeared. The volcano began running less frequently with fewer showtimes. It was the slow, painful death of a landmark. Death not from failure, but from an acquisition. Then, suddenly, it was over. On July 17, 2024, the Mirage closed permanently. Every employee was told to clock out for the last time. Some of them had been there since the resort opened, decades of service gone overnight. According to union sources and local reporting, the closure resulted in over 3,000 workers laid off or displaced. And here's the worst part. People didn't find out slowly. Many found out through an announcement or a news alert. Employees who had spent half their lives inside that building learned that the place they gave their loyalty to was being shut down so the land could be more profitable. Visitors stood outside the volcano the night it shut down, watching the last eruption. People cried. Families took photos. It was like watching a funeral for a part of the city's soul. After 34 years, the volcano went dark. The Mirage didn't die of old age. It was killed by a spreadsheet. Hard Rock pitched the closure as exciting redevelopment, promising an even bigger, even bolder resort. But here's the reality the press releases don't mention. The Strip is oversaturated. Resorts are battling for fewer visitors. Tourism is declining. Costs are skyrocketing. And projects like the Sphere have shown exactly what happens when Vegas bets big and misses. Hard Rock is throwing $2.2 billion into a redesign during a time when Vegas is already struggling. The Strip isn't hungry for another luxury resort. It's drowning in them. Resorts World, only minutes away, took years to gain traction and still struggles with occupancy. People don't want another AI-filled, LED-covered corporate entertainment hub. They want character. They want identity. They want the magic that made Vegas Vegas. And with the Mirage gone, another glowing piece of that nostalgia vanished. From the outside, it's easy to blame Hard Rock, but they aren't the ones who started the decline. The Mirage has been slowly stripped over time, piece by piece. by corporate ownership. MGM sold off assets, removed shows, and consolidated operations. For years, loyal guests complained that service quality had dropped, food prices climbed, rooms weren't being refreshed, and the resort felt neglected compared to higher priority properties like Bellagio and Aria. Mirage wasn't failing, it was being drained. What really happened is something no one wants to admit. Las Vegas has stopped protecting its history. The Tropicana is gone, the Mirage is gone, the Volcano is next, and after that, who knows? Maybe the Flamingo, maybe the Strat. The companies buying these casinos don't care what they represent to the city, they care what they represent to investors. That's why the Mirage closure matters. It wasn't just the end of a hotel, it was the end of an era. The era where Vegas was allowed to have heart, personality, character, and risk. Now everything is sanitized. Everything is safe. Everything has to look like it came out of a pitch deck and a marketing meeting. The Mirage's shutdown exposed a painful truth. Vegas is no longer being built for people. It's being built for profit margins. The saddest part isn't the building coming down. It's the memories going with it. The people who met there, the families who vacation there, the workers who built their lives around it. A place that once symbolized possibility is now just another casualty of corporate redevelopment. Vegas isn't losing hotels. Vegas is losing its soul. And one day, when every landmark has been replaced, when every piece of history has been bulldozed to make room for another immersive experience, the executives making these decisions might finally realize what locals already do. You can't rebuild magic. Once it's gone, it's gone. What makes this sting even harder is that the Mirage wasn't just a building, it was proof that Vegas could dream bigger than anyone thought possible. The Volcano, the white tigers, the glass-domed atrium, none of that made financial sense on paper. But that's the point. Vegas wasn't built by spreadsheets, it was built by gamblers. The Mirage represented a version of Las Vegas where ideas were allowed to be insane, creative, risky, and artistic. Today, the city feels like the complete opposite. Resorts are designed by focus groups. Attractions are built to maximize data capture. The magic of the Mirage was that someone said, what if we put a rainforest and exploding volcano in the middle of the desert? And everyone else said, let's do it. That spirit hasn't just disappeared, it's being bulldozed. And maybe that's why the closure hit so many people so deeply. Vegas is racing toward the future at full speed. LED walls, corporate branding deals, dynamic pricing algorithms determining how much to charge you for a drink. But no one stopped to ask if this future is something people even want. When the Mirage's doors locked for the last time, it wasn't just a farewell to a hotel, it was a warning. If Vegas keeps replacing soul with spectacle, history with holograms, authenticity with marketing, then one day people will wake up, walk down the strip, and realize the neon desert has become something worse than unrecognizable. It has become forgettable. Because once every casino looks the same, feels the same, and charges the same, there is no reason to come back.